Hi, this is Praveenkumar. Here I would like to present about Madurai Tourism. Tourism plays a vital role for economic growth of the country, and it is an important factor to promote their mutual understanding among a people and expand their social, economic, cultural and scientific cooperation. In Tamil Nadu, Madurai is popularly known as Temple City, and it is also called as Athens of the East, City of Jasmine, City that never sleeps, and it's a city for four junctions. Madurai is the third economic, industrial, commercial, political center, and it is also the major transportation hub for southern Tamil Nadu. City is renowned for tourism and vibrant cultural life in general, and it is also considered to be the cultural capital of the state. Sangam literature mentioned name Madurai in Silappatikaram, and it is also called as Kanambavanam. Later it is called as Madurapuri, and as of now people called it as Madurai. As early as 3rd century BC, Megasthenes visited Madurai, and later many people from Greece and Rome visited Madurai and established the trade from Pandya kings. Madurai started slipping into the hands of British East India Company. In 1781, British appointed a representative to look after Madurai. George Proctor was the first collector of Madurai. Now after the independence, Madurai is one of the major districts in the state of Tamil Nadu, and it is city surrounded by several mountains, namely Yanamalai, Nagamalai and Pasumalai, named after the elephant, snake, cow respectively. Many kings ruled Madurai for a long time, and they created a many tourist spot for the people, and it attracts the most number of visitors even today. And even today it attracts tourists globally. Meenakshi Amman Temple. If Tamil Nadu is the seat of South Indian temple architect, the Madurai Meenakshi Amman Temple is crowning glory. The temple structure with its concrete square and high walled enclosure is a lesson for the students of architect. The temple is square shaped and a series of concrete streets with the names of Tamil months surround the structure. The entire temple occupies around 45 acres, with each side having an entrance of its own. Madurai Meenakshi Amman Temple history is old as the history of the city itself. The temple is said to have been constructed somewhere around 14th century by Kulasegara Pandya. The Meenakshi Amman Temple is one of the most famous Hindu temple dedicated to Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. The temple forms the heart and lifetime for the 2500-year-old city of Madurai, that is believed to be the home for the classical language of Tamil. The temple, which has 5 entrances, covers an area of 847 feet long and 792 feet wide in the north-south direction. The circumference of the Adi Veedi, which is the path with the great way walls, is 830 feet on the west-east and measuring 730 feet from north-south direction. The temple has 4 Raja Gobrams. There are 5 towers on the top of scantums of the Lord, 3 on the top of the scantums and drum of the goddess, and 2 golden gobras, all of these which have been extensively designed and sculpted. All 14 towers have been segregated based on the stages they are situated. The many mandabas or pavilions are one of the many attractions of this temple. Prominent among them are the 1000-pillar mandapam, Meenakshi Nayakan mandapam, Killikottu mandapam and the like. Each of these mandabas has a history of their own. There are paintings depicting the 64 miracles of Lord Shiva, all of which were enhanced in Madurai. The paintings can be seen on the northern wall of facing the Potramari Kulam of tank of the Golden Lotus. These drawings are at present being given a facelift by using natural dyes. The holy tank pond of the temple is called Golden Lotus. The pond is also known as Adi Tirtham, Sivaganga and Uttama Tirtham. The pond is situated with the temple complex. This tirtham was created by the Lord Sivaperuman by thrusting his soul into the air in deference to the pillar of Nandidevar and other deities. It was here the plank of Sangam appeared and established greatness of the moral text called Tirukkural. Since this Tritam was created before all other Tritam, it is called Adi Tirtham. The temple attracts 15,000 visitors a day, around 25,000 on Fridays, and received an annual revenue of 60 million. There are an estimated 33,000 sculptures. The temple is the prominent landmark and most visited tourist attraction in the city. The annual 10-day Meenakshi Thirukalyan festival, celebrated during April and May, attracts 1 million visitors. Next we are going to see about Thirumal Nayakar Mahal. This palace was built in 1636 by King Thirumal Nayak, then with the help of an Italian architect. The building we see today was the main palace where the king lived. The original palace complex was 4 times bigger than the present structure. This palace consists mainly of 2 parts, namely Swargavilasa and Rangavilasa. In these 2 parts, there are royal residence, theatre, shrines, apartment, royal bandstand, quarters, pond and garden. King Thirumal Nayakal celebrated festivals like Navaratri, Chitrai festival, Masi festival and the Float festival. He conducted daily dance and music performance in the palace during the British rule. The palace was used for various purposes, including as army barracks and manufacturing hub. During post-independence, it was used as Madurai Ramnath District Court till 1970, after which it was declared as a protected monument by the State Archaeology Department. Around 5,000 domestic tourists visited the Mahal every day. School and college students arrive as part of tourists. Next, we are going to see about Kodalalagar Temple. Kodalalagar Temple is dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu. Constructed in the Dravidian style of architect, the temple is glorified in the Divya Prabandha, the yearly medieval Tamilian canon of the Alvar style, from the 6th to 9th century AD. It is one of the 108 Divya Desam dedicated to Lord Vishnu, who is worshipped as Kodalagar and is consort Lakshmi as Margadavalli. The granite walls surround the temple, enclosing all its shrines. The temple has 5-tiered Raja Gopras. The gateway tower, the temple is originally believed to built by the Pandyas. Next, we are going to see about Tirupuragundram. There are several architect features of interest, especially the rock-cut portions of this hill temple dating back to the Pandya period and the life-sized sculptures in the mandabas of Nayakar period. An Asthana mandabam with several architect carved pillar lead one of the towering 150 feet high Rajagopuram at the entrance. Of the 6 army camp temple, Arborai Veedu of Lord Muruga, this is the first temple, while Lord Muruga graces in a standing form in other 5 camp army temples. He graces in sitting in Tirupuragundram. Next, we are going to see about Gandhi Museum. The building that houses the Gandhi Memorial Museum is the historic Tamkam Palace belonging to Rani Mangammal of Nayak Dynasty, built around 670 AD. It was in 1955 the palace, which about 13 acres of land was gifted by the Tamil Nadu state government to the All India Gandhi Nidhi for the purpose of housing the Gandhi Memorial Museum. This museum was inaugurated by the former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru on 15th April 1959. The Gandhi Memorial Museum in Madurai comes under the Peace Museum worldwide selected by the United Nations organization. The museum contains 100 original artifacts used by the Gandhiji. There is a blood-stained cloth of Mahatma Gandhi used by him on the day of his assassination. This is conserved inside a vacuum glass, making us remember the importance of that day in the history of India. An original letter written personally by Gandhi to Narayanan Satyangi of Devakote, a congratulatory message sent by the Gandhi to freedom fighters and poet Subramanya Bharati, are also preserved in this museum. Yet another interesting letter is the one written by the Mahatma to Adolf Hitler, addressing him as dear friend. Many foreigners visit this museum every day. Next, we are going to see about Samanar Malai. The Samanar Hill, situated at Keelakuyilkudi village, 12 km west of Madurai, is a unique spot in Madurai, steeped in the rich history of South India. It is a small hill rock and home to caves and carvings dating back to around 1 AD. Right at the center of the hill is a natural cavern in which Jain monks lived 2000 years ago. There are several stone statues and many other objects present in Nagamalai. Next, we are going to see about Mariamman Teppakulam. The Vandiyur Mariamman temple is located in the east of the temple city. It is dedicated to Mariamman, the Hindu goddess of rain. It is situated near to river Vaigai at a distance of about 3 kilometers from the Meenakshi temple. On Thaipusam, float festival is conducted in Teppakulam in a colorful way, which attracts thousands of tourists in the month of mid-March to mid-April. The grand annual festival is celebrated continuously 10 days. Next, we are going to see about Alagarkoil. Alagarkoil is a village situated 21 kilometers from Madurai at the foot of the range of hills called Alagarmalai. It is famous for its ancient Vaishnavite temple and the beauty of sculptures in the hall and other mandabas of the temple. The temple is built on an extensive area in a very picturesque spot surrounded by the ruins of historic fort. The impressive main tower at the entrance, believed to have been built by the Pandya kings, has some beautiful sculptures depicting scenes from the epics. We can proudly say that Madurai Tourist Spot describes the life of Tamilians to the world in most effective and interesting way. There are many places in the city, but these are the places which stands in our mind for a long time because of their powerful architect and happiness of paintings and colorful life. Thank you. And I thank to all my team members who helped me to collect the data and to frame this document.